Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second tournament of Irish Warrior. It's that time again. After an exciting tournament just a couple weeks ago, we are back with 20 new challengers ready to take on this changed course. A few changes on Stage 1 and Stage 2 to keep our competitors on our toes. In the first tournament, we saw 20 challengers take to the course, and we saw 4 of them be able to survive the first stage, which ended up being very difficult, as 16 of the 20 actually made it to the mountain, crossed the last obstacle, and only 4 of them were able to figure it out. We had Swantron, Fireball, Weapon Mat, and Hunter Unit be able to survive the first stage, where they then took on the second stage, which had results across the board, but it really came down to the ball glider and the minefield being the 2 killer obstacles. And in the end, it was just Hunter Unit who was able to figure out the second stage, and in a true race against the clock, he was able to figure it out and get to the third stage, where he unfortunately went down on the Cliffhanger EX. Very difficult obstacle. But here we are again, though. 20 competitors with renewed hope that they could maybe achieve total victory today. It's not going to be easy, but our competitors, I think they're pretty prepared. They now know what to expect after the first tournament. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right down to the action and check out Stage 1. First stage only has a few changes from the last tournament. That doesn't make it too much easier. It's definitely a difficult stage. Only 4 out of 20 beat it last time. It'll be interesting to see how many will actually be able to figure it out this time. As you can check out the new starting line I made. Very, very cool. Little IW. The first obstacle is brand new, called the Triangle Run. A lot of people commented that it looks very similar to the Archer Steps, but it's not the Archer Steps. 3 little triangles you run across. Really just gotta take your time and just make those simple jumps. The next change is the Lollipop Hop is now much tougher. It is now a full sprint between the first and the second ball, and a much bigger dismount, making the obstacle hopefully a little harder. And the mountain cross has been nerfed. As you can see, the tree was made bigger, and the tube jump was changed into a little bit more of a donut. 5 seconds have been taken off the time with those 75 seconds instead of 80 in the last tournament. So we've now seen the first stage. How many are going to be able to figure this stage out? Let's not waste any more time, though, as we're on to the first competitor of the tournament. I'm a Shift Face. A man who's better known as a racer, but he's gotten around and done some Halo comps every now and again, as in jumping, Halo jumping, that's a thing. But yeah, I'm excited to see how he does, and we'll kick off the tournament here. He said he wants to do some interesting stuff here, so we'll see what happens as he's across the Triangle Run. Oh, he's taking his time on the dismount, and what is he doing? Okay, well, he's onto the rounded mountain, and he did that. He did say he wanted to try some interesting techniques, and I guess that's one, as he's onto the slanted descent. Putting on a pretty good run to this point, as he's onto the harder Lollipop Hop. And, he comes up short of the dismount. As I said, it's much harder in this tournament, a bigger gap. This man knows how painful it is to fail the Lollipop Hop. Bookcase failed the jump between the first and the second one in the last tournament, so he's hoping to do better than that this time, as he's moving very quickly through the course. Doing the Triangle Run in the rounded mountain like how you're supposed to. But yes, he's making it through now. For his nemesis, he gets the jumping this last time, and it's a personal best for Bookcase. And he's up the warp ramp in 1. He's got plenty of time. He's onto the rail climb. Taking his time going across on each one. This is definitely the safest technique. But it's not safe enough, as Bookcase goes down on the 4th railing, just overshot it by a very slim margin. But he did improve on last time, and it's good to see for Bookcase. We move on to Tricky Cyrus, who is a relative newcomer to the Halo jumping scene, but he did make it to the vehicle swing on Spring Sasuke 18, so he is capable of putting up some solid runs. We'll see if he can clear Stage 1 here, as he's halfway through the rounded mountain. and through that easily. Oh, he jumped way too quick on the slanted descent, and he's the first person to ever fail before the lollipop hop. That is unfortunate. Did not expect that one from Trippy Cyrus, but we do move on to our next competitor, Daddy Cheese 2670, who, by the time you're watching this, you probably can't even hear me with how loud his intro is. And this is a long intro. I didn't cut this either. I'm bad at cutting intros. Let me be. Sorry. I apologize. Daddy Cheese competed at an NNL in Pittsburgh. My friend who's probably watching this, Alex, co-designed the course for it. Hopefully he did well. I don't know. I'm doing this commentary before then. So let's just imagine that he probably completed the whole course and won and is the greatest NNL competitor of all time. But in any event, Daddy Cheese is a good jumper in his own right. Not just in real life, but he's good at doing Halo. You know, he's made a few stage 2s and stuff back in the day. And he hosts Cheese Warrior, which is a good comp that you should all check out if you haven't already. But yes, I gave him a nice fluff piece about NNL and all that, and he's now finally onto the course, and he's beaten 3 obstacles. He's beaten Cyrus, now he's not wanting to do it shifted on the lollipops, big dismount, and he's made it. Now onto the warp ramp. Oh, unable to get up in 1. Oh, he's up on 2. Okay, so he's got time, 43 seconds. He's now onto the rail climb. Oh, safe jump. Okay, he's fine. Oh, gets another safe jump. This is a little bit of a scary run on this obstacle. But now he's figuring it out and picked up the pace beautifully there. He's got 30 seconds for the last 2 obstacles. First, the lamppost lane. Just get across these 3 lampposts. And you're on to the mountain cross. This is it. Jumps for the tree. Doorknob. Okay, jump now up into the tube, but oh, he comes up short. Oh, Daddy Cheese showed some promise in that run, but it's not enough. As we finally got to see this bigger tree jump, which allows you to have more real estate to land. Stuck the doorknob. I just don't think he got the sprint he needed, or just jumped a little too early on the tube, and unfortunately he has missed it, and that's where his run ends. But we do go on to Soul Reaper 1025, who many years ago in a tournament I never uploaded, he actually made the final stage on the course that I had on Reach. So he's definitely, hit and miss now. He comes around every now and again, and he was on, and he's running this course now. So we'll see if he can find a way to replicate the success he had 8 years ago or whatever it was. But as he's moving pretty good, lollipops, and he makes it. All right, and up the warp ramp in 1, so he's got plenty of time. Again, 75 seconds, a lower time than last time, but I think it's overall a quicker stage, so the time limit might be a little tougher, but not much. As Soul is through the rail climb, now onto the lampposts, and now onto the mountain cross. Can he figure this out? Gets the tree. He's going quickly. He's right onto the tube. You can fall into that, but he makes it easy. Now, going through the slant jump. This took out 4 people in the last tournament, but he makes it. And he misses the rail! Oh my gosh, that's what Petrillo did in the last tournament, but he had so much time remaining. So, it's a heartbreaking way to go out. He stuck the tube there. He was moving at just a fantastic pace. I mean, it was a flawless run. And then he gets to the slant jump, which was the problematic jump in the last tournament, and he nailed it. And I thought he was going to be home free, and I think he just rushed that jump a little bit and jumped a little early, didn't get the distance outward he needed, and that's it for Soul. So unfortunately, 5 competitors have stepped up and 5 have gone down, but we go on to Stray Felix, who is definitely one of the top competitors in the Halo jumping scene nowadays. Best result, probably of note, is his final stage on Spartan Sasuke 7. And then he's had 2 second places on Spartan Sasuke 16 and 18 as well. So he's definitely a competitor to watch out for. He's moving very solidly through the first few obstacles. It's a little scary on the rounded mountain, but he was able to make it work. Oh, he misses the warp ramp. Okay, he does the spring jump. That's the other way to do this obstacle, which I believe Atlantic Champ showed him how to do. which we will see him later on. But yeah, so he goes to the backup strats and he makes it. But yeah, he's through the rail climb, now onto the lamppost. He's got 23 seconds as he gets onto the rock. The mountain cross. Oh, he almost overjumps it, but he gets a safe jump on the doorknob. He's got 16 seconds. He should have enough time to do this. Now for the slant jump. He gets it. Gets onto the first railing. The klaxon is sounding. If he can make this jump. Yes! Oh, okay. He wanted to play tribute to his fellow Brit Hunter unit, but other than that, a fantastic run for Stray Felix. He has become the first man to defeat the first stage and turn into an Irish Warrior. 4.5 seconds remaining. Really, yeah, other than this rounded mountain, very in control. I mean, it's, you know, almost came up short of that fourth one, but he was able to just keep his composure and keep moving. That's the way to do it. Good work there in the lollipops as well. I am curious to see this on the warp ramp again, though. This spring jump. This is the other way to do it. I mean, personally, I think it's a perfectly fine wall to run at normal, but he's able to just kind of keep track of the time and just avoid a big mistake. As you saw there, as he safe jumped the doorknob, he's able to make the slant and then jump to the first railing, which you just saw Soul fail. Strafe did not make that mistake. He was able to make it to the platform, and even though he whipped the buzzer just like Hunter didn't last time, Stray Felix is our first man into stage 2. So, how will Flamosaurus respond to the first success of the tournament? Flame, unfortunately, was one of 4 competitors to not make it to the mountain cross last time, going out on the rail climb. So, we'll see how he does. He has not jumped much in the last little while, so we'll see how he handles this course here today. He was doing pretty good in practice though, so we'll see if he can figure it out here. But he definitely wants to get back to the rail climb, hopefully get some revenge as he's making his way through the rounded mountain and through that nicely onto the slanted descent, no problem. Alright, come on, Flame, onto the lollipops. First one, second one, big dismount, and he makes it. Alright. And he's up the warp ramp in 1, so he's got plenty of time. If you recall, he took 4 attempts in the warp ramp last time, so this is much improved. He's able to take his time on this obstacle, doesn't have to feel like he's going to rush. He's moving through this much better than last time. Very smooth technique, and Flame has set himself a personal best as he's got 30 seconds remaining onto the lampposts. Second one, third one, no problems there. And making his way through the mountain. Oh, he almost comes off. He does the same thing Vulcan did. He gets a save jump on the doorknob. He's got 13 seconds. Gonna have to keep moving here as he's onto the slant jump. He makes it. He's got 7 seconds. Come on. Flame. We could go back to back. He makes it. He also lifts the buzzer, but no fear. 1.72 seconds left. Flamosaurus. Very solid run. Yeah, just very, very smooth. He was able to redeem himself from last time. Flame has joined Strafe in stage 2. But now we zoom in on the doorknob jump, which we just saw 2 competitors save jump, and we saw this man miss the doorknob, overshot it in the last tournament. We'll see how he does today. It is Farisu Kodo, Philip Scott. How will he handle the changes to this course? We will find out. Now, this is very similar to the last tournament where in practice he was really struggling on the rail climb. So we'll see if he can actually find a way to get through it. I mean, he was scared for it last time and beat it. Maybe he can do it again. Just through the triangle run. Obviously, he beat the Archer Alley in Las Vegas on American Ninja Warrior last year with no problem. He did the same here today on the very, very watered down version of the triangle run. He's now into the lollipops. Gets for the second one, goes for dismount, and he makes it. Can he get up? Oh, he's up 1, and he's using the edge of the wall to get onto the rails. Okay, this is the obstacle he was definitely most worried about. He gets a safe jump, and that was incredibly well done for a guy who was very, very much struggling on that obstacle before his run. So he's got 30 seconds. He's on to the mountain cross now. So he missed the doorknob last time. How is he going to do today? Oh, he does one jump worse. He overjumped the doorknob last time. Today he has overjumped the tree. But still a very solid run from Philip, getting to the last obstacle 2 tournaments in a row. Now we go on to Joey Davis, 808. He was one of, I believe, 4 competitors to fail the tube jump in the last tournament, which, if you recall, the tube was actually angled, so where you had to jump in and then jump on top, and he missed that jump up onto it. Now it is a flat surface, so where you land on it and walk around. So we'll see how he does today. Joey is moving very solid for the first 3 obstacles. It is funny that Philip and Joey are running back-to-back again, because that's how they were in the last tournament. They were 1 and 2, and now they're numbers 8 and 9, as he unfortunately missed the warp ramp on his first go. Oh, he's not sprinting. He's having some trouble here setting up. He misses it again. He's taking a lot of time on this obstacle. He gets up 35 seconds, so he's going to have to really move now. 32 seconds. He almost failed this obstacle in the last tournament, and he fails it today. Joey Davis is unfortunately undone on the rail climb. Just that warped ramp. I think his controller was being a little buggy or something, but either way, that is unfortunate seeing him go out there. As we move on to Atlantic Champ, who also missed the tube jump in the last tournament after wearing number 19. He's been slightly knocked down to number 10, but he will get us halfway through this first stage, and hopefully he will get us halfway through the first stage on a positive note. But he's... Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. He almost missed the first and the second jump on the entire stage. That was scary, and he was getting a little risky on that too. So this is a very interesting start for Atlantic, but so far he's making it through. And he's now onto the lollipops and gets a good crouch on that to make it. And he's not up the warp ramp in 1. Oh, he misses the spring jump. All right, he gets it there. And I did say that, he told straight about the spring jump strategy on that, and sure enough, he uses it. But he absolutely powers through the rail climb. Is now onto the link post with 30 seconds remaining. Now, can he get some revenge? He's going to jump through the tree, jump right to the doorknob. He gets onto the tube, so this is already better than he's done in the last tournament. Now for the slant jump. He nails it beautifully. He's got 15 seconds, plenty of time to set up for it, but he just goes for it and nails it. Atlantic Champ, what a great run, proving why he's one of the hottest competitors at the moment. 11.02 seconds remaining. Just fantastic work by Atlantic Champ. I mean, it was a little scary in this first obstacle, but other than that, it was just a very fluid run all the way through. Although, I guess you could factor in the fact that he did take a few attempts on the warp ramp. He was just moving at such a fast pace. He was able to make up for it. Just great tempo on the mountain cross. He's able to land the tube, proved on last tournament, nailed the slant on his first go and went right for the railing. A little risky, but he was able to execute, make this big final dismount in order to hit the buzzer. Atlantic Champ with just a very impressive run. 11.02 seconds remaining. We'll be seeing him join Strafe and Flame in the second stage. And now we move on to the host of Halo Ninja Warrior, another man who failed the mountain cross in the last tournament. This is Smokey Massacre. And if you recall, in the last tournament, he had controller issues, and he unfortunately went down on stage 1. This is his first run on a new controller, so how's he going to adjust? Hopefully it will not be too hard of an adjustment, as he's, again, gotten his own run theme, because I'm a nice guy, and he's done a little crouch frog jump thing on the Rounded Mountain, but he's good. Moving on to the lollipops. First one, second one. Very nice. He's also at the warp ramp in 1, and he is doing the same technique that Atlantic did, and he just sent the rail climb. Look at the time he's got. He's got 40 seconds, plenty of time for him to take his time if he needs to on this obstacle, which he did go down on last time. Oh, but he's moving, though. He gets right up onto the tube. Oh, my gosh, he's going fast. 29 seconds for the slant. He makes it. Oh, he goes right. Oh, my. What? What? I am speechless right now. Smoky Massacre has done something I didn't think was even possible. He's cleared with 22 seconds remaining on the first stage. I mean, Atlantic just set the top time with 11, and Smoky just doubled his clear time. That was just a flawless run. I mean, I don't think he could have done that any better. Could have given him 10 runs, and I don't know if he could have beat that time. I mean, that was absolutely just flawless. He was able to just nail every jump, get through this rail climb beautifully. He actually went 2.5, where Atlantic, I believe, went 2.46. Just descend across the wall climb, was able to execute those jumps. And then I just can't believe how fast he did this obstacle. He did not hesitate on this obstacle that is meant for you to save up some time so you can take your time on some of these jumps. Smokey said, screw that, I am just going to go for it. And he just nailed this obstacle. Got through every jump just absolutely perfectly. Went for a dismount. Just absolutely demolishes the first stage. Smokey Massacre, it'll be interesting to see how he does in stage 2. So, last tournament, number 12 was the first clear, and we've already gotten 4 to this point. But we go on to the host of Ninja Warrior of Roblox, Bubba Ace 37, who is doing his trademark shotgun intro. Bubba had a great run last tournament. He made it all the way to the slant jump at the very end of the stage, and unfortunately came up short on that. But he had the time to where he could clear. We'll see if this harder time will affect him. We'll see how he does. Of course, I say harder time limit, and Smokey just cleared 22 seconds before him, so we'll see. But he's moving so far so good on the lollipops. He did comment about how he should be the only person to have food obstacles on this course, but so apologies for that, Bubba. But he does nail the food obstacle as he's up the warp ramp, and he's got 38 seconds. He's onto the rails. Okay, he's gonna take his time, go for these side jumps. This is definitely a safe strategy. He's doing it pretty quick too. He gets through. He's got 26 seconds. It's not the fastest, obviously, but if he keeps moving, he should have enough time to make it. He did stop a little bit on the lamppost, and now he's on the mountain cross. Can he get revenge? He goes for the tree stick at the very edge of it. He goes right into the tube, but look at the time. It's ticked down, and no, he panicked. He panicked. The clock was ticking down. He heard the klaxon. He had 10 seconds. He's going to have to go for a perfect run for the rest of that obstacle. And it just wasn't able to happen. Unfortunate for Bubba. Another good run. He's unable to beat the first stage. So we go to Sonic Fan, who also failed the slant jump on the mountain cross in the last tournament. We'll see if he can improve on that run and get to stage 2. I mean, obviously there's only a few jumps past it to defeat the stage, so. Come on, Sonic, moving through the lollipops very fluidly. That was about as good as anyone's done that all day. But he's unable to get the warp ramp in 1. Okay, he gets up on the second go, and he should still have plenty of time because he's... Ooh, okay, that was a little scary. I'm assuming that was lag, but still a little interesting. 34 seconds remaining onto the lamppost and through that. Now, jumping for the tree. Oh, he overjumps it. Sonic Fan, unfortunate. He missed the first jump on the obstacle. I don't know if he just crouched too late or just missed his mark, but either way, Sonic Fan, he has also been defeated for the second tournament in a row by the Mountain Cross. Alright, we move on to Snoz, who this was originally going to be Rog's number, but because of Rog unfortunately not competing in this tournament, Snoz got bumped up in the run order. So, it is what it is. I mean, he failed the last obstacle too, so. If you're bothered by my run order, I mean, you know, I would say go find something else to worry about, but, you know, I'm really not bothered. So, anyways, Snaz is making his way through very solidly. Now he's on to the lollipops, though. This is the obstacle he's been most afraid of in each of the last 2 tournaments. But he nails it again! Way to go, Snaz! Unable to get the warp ramp in the 1, though. Ooh, he's taking the full run-up now. He's not able to get up it again. He's taking a lot of time on this. He's up and on his 3rd go. Now going for the rail climb. Going for the 2nd one. Oh, he completely missed it. Oh, Snaz, what a bummer. He's unable to get back to the mountain cross. Just like Joey, he has been defeated by the rail climb. As you can see, he just was not getting up this warp wall, and taking the full run up, it took him a little bit of extra time. He finally was able to get up, but then he just, I don't know if he rushed it or what, but he just completely whiffed this jump on the rail climb, and that's it for Snaz. So, after a lot of clears early, we're kind of on a little bit of a drought, but we go on to Gotenks doing his traditional punching intro to get the crowd all excited and whatnot, I'm sure. I don't know, I would assume the crowd is all excited, but I can't make a decision for you on that. But in any event, here is Gotenks. So far so good. Through the triangle run, pretty good. Gotenks also failed the slant jump last time, so he is the last competitor today who failed that jump to run. Rog also failed it in the last tournament, and as I mentioned, he is not here. But Gotenks, through the first 3 obstacles, very solid. One of the lollipops, first one, second one, and he gets a late crouch, but he gets through it. Unable to get the warp ramp in a 1, though. Come on, Gotenks. Oh, he just misses it there. And, falling Snaz taking 3 attempts. He's gonna take more. He's just missed his 3rd go. He's missed a 4th go. Gotenks. He's getting pushed back. That's 5 attempts. He misses again. He's missed 7. He's missed a touchdown and an extra point. He's gotten the 2-point conversion. 8 attempts, and he walks in the water. Oh, Gotenks, what if... Oh, no. He didn't have the right technique for the warp ramp. Oh, it was definitely an accidental fail. It looked like he was setting up to take another attempt. Man, what a shocker. Well, unfortunate for Gotenks, but we do have Control Fan 4. We've got that hammer intro from Lane Champ. Trillo made it the closest of anyone who failed Stage 1 in the last tournament. He failed to jump to the first railing, just like how Soul failed earlier. So we'll see if he can build on that run. But Trillo, very solid through the first 3 obstacles, going for the lollipops. So far, so good. Oh, but he comes up short of the dismount! He replicates Shift's fail from earlier. He just misses the dismount. As you can see here, the first one looked pretty good. Second one, let's see. I don't know. He might have landed almost a little too far onto the second ball where he wasn't able to get the full run up he wanted. And he just barely came up short. Well, after that, we move on to the 4 men who defeated the first stage in the last tournament, beginning with number 17. This is Weapon Matt. Now, Weapon Matt, this was his last run before moving into college, so he might not be on as regularly, but he did put in a lot of practice for this tournament. We'll see how he does. He did have the fastest time in the last tournament. He had almost 14 seconds left, not to be dwarfed by Smokey's time, so in this tournament. So, through the first 2 obstacles, solid. Slanted descent is no problem for anyone unless your name is Tricky Cyrus, I guess. And he's on the lollipops. Does not want to replicate what Petrillo did. He doesn't. But now the warp ramp, we've seen a few competitors in a row struggle with it, and he misses it on his first go. But he gets up it in 2, so he's okay. He's still got time. 41 seconds. as he's making his way across the rail climb. No issues. He's got 36 seconds. Come on, weapon man. 30 seconds now as he's onto the mountain cross. Goes for the tree. He sticks the tree. Goes to the doorknob. He sticks the doorknob. He's got 22 seconds remaining. Plenty of time to nail these jumps if he wants to take his time, which he's set up just a little bit for that, but he has no issues with that as he is going to go 2 for 2 on the first stage weapon mat. Unfortunately for him, he's missed out on the second fastest time by a minute chance by 0.06 seconds. But I mean, it doesn't bother him too much. He's becoming the fifth man to defeat the first stage. And it was a pretty smooth run all around for a weapon mat. I mean, you know, it's got to be tough following the 3 unfortunate runs in a row. He was able to nail the lollipops, avenge Petrillo. Beautiful crouch to make sure he nailed it. And then the rail climb, he's so smooth on this obstacle. He takes his time just a little bit. He's able to just make sure he gets these jumps. And that's the way to beat that obstacle. Just get through it as quickly and as safely as you can. That's what he did. And on this tree jump, you just saw Sonic Fan brought here a little while ago. And Philip. But he was able to nail that. Nail this obstacle just like he did in the last tournament. And while he didn't go quite as fast, it was just really a solid run all around. And I'm sure Weapon Matt will be looking forward to getting back to stage 2. Hopefully we'll get some revenge on the Ball Glider. Weapon Matt is our 5th man into stage 2. So now we go on to DHC Fireball, who, again, it says he failed the minefield, which he did, but really the reason he failed was the Ball Glider, where he got the ball stuck on the first track and was unable to move it for a long period of time, and unfortunately was going to timeout if he had not failed the minefield. So, but anyways, Fireball, see if he can get back to the minefield and maybe make it to stage 3. The Halo Ninja Warrior champion in Tournament 20 is back on the courses. He's defeated the Triangle Run easily. Come on, Fireball. He's just such an all-around good jumper, and he's such a natural jumper. He doesn't put in a ton of practice for these tournaments, but he's able to make these runs count as he's onto the lollipops and gets through that. And up the warped ramp, he's got 45 seconds, plenty of time for a man of Fireball's speed and talent, and he's through the rail climb easily. Okay, he's got 35 seconds. This should be enough time. As he's going across the lampposts, he's going to go onto the rock and take on the mountain cross. And he misses the tree. He's the 3rd competitor to miss that jump. And Fireball will not be returning to the 2nd stage of this tournament. Just completely missed the edge of it. Man, I can't believe it. We do have 2 runs left, though. And we now have Swantron 97, who made history last time as the first ever clear on stage 1. Made it all the way to the supermarket, timed out by about 5 or 6 seconds due to unfortunate slow technique on the minefield. No spoilers, but that might work out in this tournament, just based off of the changes made to stage 2. But we'll see how he does here today. He's through the first 4 obstacles really smoothly, up the warp ramp. And what's this? Swan is out way earlier than I expected. He's out on the rail climb. He had a great run going. He got up the warp ramp and won. And he just fell in the middle, I guess. I don't know if he just was between techniques or what happened. But amazingly, Swan is out on the 6th obstacle, the rail climb, and then he's the 4th competitor to fail at this tournament. Well, there's only 1 man left, and I don't think it's going to be too much of a mystery who number 20 was going to be. The only man to make stage 3 last time, 100 minute 7:51. See how he follows his great run in the last tournament. So far, so good through the triangle run. No one failed the triangle run in this tournament. And no one is going to fail the random mountain either. Through the slanted descent, no problem. Now, if you recall, Hunter Unit, you might not be a big fan of this stage 1 having a harder time load as he gets some lollipops. He did only have 0.61 seconds left in the last tournament. He beat stage 1, so hopefully he can move a little faster. So far, he's doing that as he's taking his time, making these safe jumps. Ooh, a little close in the dismount there, but he is through. Does his little slidey thing that I think Weapon Matt did in the last tournament, and I think he did again. He's got 27 seconds now. He should have enough time. Gets a safe jump on the tip of the tree. Going for the doorknob, going right onto the tube. He does not fall in the middle like Bubba. He's got 16 seconds. Should be plenty of time if he can nail the slant. Much cleaner than he did it in the last tournament. He should have plenty of time to nail these jumps. Hunter Unit with a record time for his standards after the last tournament, where he had 1.75 seconds left combined in stage 1 and 2, 5.4 seconds left. We'll have 6 men make it to stage 2. Is Hunter going to be able to make it back to the cliffhanger? We'll find out here soon enough. Let's roll right into the second stage, though. There are a few changes to keep our competitors on their toes. First 2 obstacles are the same, but then you move on to the third obstacle, which Weapon Matt failed in the last tournament. The ball glider has a much bigger jump between the 2 soccer balls and the 2 tracks. You really have to ride the ball all the way to the end of the track to make the big precision jump to make it. And the dismount's slightly bigger too. Then the landslide, the jump into the second head slide is a little harder, but the dismount is slightly easier. I'd say the obstacle ball is harder. But the minefield, more mines and they're closer together. It's going to be a lot more of a test of precision than a test of speed like it was in the last tournament. Then the supermarket, it's just a different jump into it. But you're going to have 2 minutes to get through this stage. 15 seconds more than last time. We'll see how many of our 6 can do it. Let's interview our competitors though.
Stage 1 went very well. I believe I think there's 4 seconds left. I was a complete idiot. Completely missed the buzzer. But oh well, still made it. Yeah. Because stage 2. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So stage 1, I was kind of worried towards the end because I was running really low on time. But I cleared it, and that's what matters. Stage 2, on the other hand, I am not confident in the slightest on this. Like, I am not. I don't think I'm going to get past the pole jump thing.
I'm pretty happy with my stage 1 run. I thought I had a pretty solid run. You know, getting through it was cool. Not failing a stage 1 again is definitely great. My goal in every tournament is to not fail stage 1. So it's good to get to stage 2. I'm not so sure about my odds of clearing the stage. I mean, there's a lot of difficult obstacles here. So, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't expect to do better.
I felt like I could see the code again. I could see the path to success. So we'll see what happens on stage 2. This stage is actually pretty tough. So I don't know if just having a new controller will be enough to get me through it. I'm gonna have to try really hard and focus up really good to get through it.
I feel that I'm gonna hopefully that I can do better than I did last time to pass that third obstacle. The only obstacle that's really driving me crazy is the 4th one, so if I can clear that, I think I have a good shot at clearing this stage.
Stage 1 was okay. Surprisingly, I almost slipped up a couple of times, but I managed to get through again. Stage 2 it still is hard. I think if I fail it, that's karma coming back to get me because I probably was a little bit lucky to get past it last time. I'm worried about my upper body strength hauling around this rocket launcher. But you know, I'll give it a go. I'll see how I do, and I'll give it my best shot.
Well, let's get right down to business. Stray Felix will be the first man to attempt the second stage, shooting the rocket launcher into the air. But he's the only newcomer to make it to this point. He'll have 2 minutes, as he first will have to navigate the L bridge. That is no problem for Strafe. He's now going to tackle the wall climb. While this obstacle is very difficult, nobody failed it in the last tournament. Strafe will hope to not make history and be the first competitor. to fail this obstacle. His jumps get harder as you go. He's now onto the perfect crouches. He's taking his time on, but he's nailing it. And setting up for this last jump a little bit, but he gets it. And gets on top of the wall climb. Now for the ball glider. Like I said, this obstacle has been made much tougher for this tournament. The jump between the balls is much harder. Oh, no! The ball is falling, and he landed on it and still got a jump. But now he's onto the harder track. It's a 15-degree angle. He's going to cowboy wrangle it. And he doesn't get the second jump! Strafe Helix is down on the ball glider. Looked like such a great effort on it. I really want to see this transition again. The ball falls off the track. He's able to land on it as it's falling to then jump to the second one. I mean, that was pretty remarkable. And it looked like he was going to get through this obstacle, but he kind of risked it a little bit going for the Cowboy Wrangler on the second track, but you don't really need to. The dismount is not that far. So he goes for an early Cowboy Wrangler. He hits just too far to the back to where he doesn't get the jump he wants. And Strafe Helix is undone on the ball glider. So we have 5 competitors left, and next up is Flamosaurus, and this is a big bounce-back run for him after going down on the rail climb. Only beating, I think, 2 competitors in the last tournament, and here he is. Oh my gosh, okay. I was trying to intro him, and then he almost failed the L bridge, but he makes it through. That was very intense. But yes, this is a big bounce-back run for him. We'll see how far he can get. I know he's not too confident, as you heard in the interview. But he's making these spring jumps good. Oh, big save jump, and he makes it. Okay, he's able to save himself after not getting the spring jump he wanted. Again, this is the other way to do this obstacle. You can either perfect crouch or you can spring jump, and he is excited to spring jump those last few jumps as he now gets onto the ball glider with 82 seconds remaining. Again, the time once made much more lenient because of the harder version of this obstacle and the minefield. He's going now for the transfer. He's going to go for it. And, oh, he gets it! No, he doesn't! He almost had it! He touches the track. That is a disqualification, as it is like on every other course ever. But I thought Flame had it. Let's take a look at this L bridge again, though. I mean, he almost lifts it off at the turn. He was trying to take it fast, but he's able to survive. And then this wall climb, he doesn't get the spring jump he wants, but he's able to get a great safe jump on the ledge below. This ball glider, I want to see what happened here. So it looked pretty solid. I think he just didn't get like a sprint. Like, I don't know if he was intending to or not, but he just definitely didn't get the momentum he wanted. Landed just barely too far back to where he then tried to save it, and it just was to no avail. Well, the ball glider is 2 for 2 in taking down our competitor so far, and the man hoping to change that is Atlantic Champ, who put in a lot of practice for stages 2 and 3 in the last tournament, was not able to showcase that in the last tournament when he went down on the mountain cross, so he's going to hope to get some redemption. Well, I mean, he's already gotten redemption. Wow, that was quick. Just hope to put up a good showing and put that practice to good use. This is now onto the wall. Flame and Atlantic with that element very fast. It was, bold strategy. I mean, I guess maybe not as bold as Swan in the last tournament, but he's making it count. Oh, he slips way down! He misses the last jump and he fell 4 rungs down. And that is going to be a detriment to the time. Like I said, the time is easier, but you still want to give yourself enough time where you can take your time in the last few obstacles. You don't want to have to rush, so see what he does here on the ball glider. Making his way down. Oh, what a terrible idea! Atlantic likes to do that. He did that on the Pokeball on Spartan Sasuke, but that's just not the right strategy. And Atlantic just a mistake. I think he might have panicked because he missed that run. Unfortunately, he's out there. Well, we're halfway through, and no one's made past the 3rd obstacle, and we go to Smokey. Like I said, he has his new controller, and I'd say he's 1 for 1 in fantastic runs since he set the stage 1 clear record. 22.86 seconds remaining, and he makes his way cautiously down the L bridge and through that nicely. Come on, Smokey. Again, if you don't know who Smokey is, I'm surprised. But two-time champion of Spartan Sasuke and the second champion in Ninja Warrior Halo. This man is so talented, and he's showing it here in the wall climb. He showed it obviously on stage 1. He's made that look very easy. And he's up on top, and he's now onto the ball glider. And, oh, he's replicated Fireball. He's gotten the ball stuck in the wedge. He's going to jump off. The ball didn't respond this time, which is just kind of, I don't know if that's lucky or unlucky, but in any event, he actually handled that much quicker than Fireball did last turn. Now there's the ball. Alright, come on, Smokey. He's getting a roll down, but he doesn't get a jump. Smokey's become the 4th competitor in a row to go down in the ball glider. As you look here, the problem with this obstacle is that if you don't roll it fast enough to get it onto the track itself, there are very tiny divots for the ball to go in. I mean, it is almost impossible to get the ball into it. But he's become the 2nd competitor in 2 tournaments to do that. Like, I'm not sure if I've seen anyone actually get the ball stuck in practice, but he's the 2nd competitor in their actual run to do this. But he made a great recovery, jumping back to the platform to then jump onto the ball. And rolling down, I don't know if he was thinking a little bit about the clock. He looked like he was in a good spot to jump, and he just fell off the front and didn't get a jump. Well, we're down to just 2 competitors, but it is the 2 that attempted this stage in the last tournament. But I gotta imagine Weapon Matt cannot be feeling too good after watching the 4 competitors before him fail the exact obstacle he failed in the last tournament, and the obstacle's been made even harder than the one he failed last time. So, how is Weapon Matt going to handle this pressure? Thankfully for him, the first 2 obstacles are exactly the same as what he attempted in the last tournament. So, fingers crossed he will be able to get through it again. Have this rematch with the ball glider. Ooh, he comes up almost a little short there, but he's now getting these perfect crouches. Very impressive work so far. Ooh, he almost came off the last ledge, but he is able to hang on. He's now hunting redemption. 4 competitors before him have failed this obstacle. Can Weapon Matt pull it off? He's rolling very nicely. He's going to go for the jump. Oh, beautiful. Just take your time here, Weapon Matt. This is where Stray failed on the 2nd track. But he's complete control of the ball, and Weapon Matt is the first to figure out the ball glider in this tournament. He's on a pole jump, and he makes that on the landslide. He's got plenty of time. He's going to go for this harder jump into the 2nd head slide. Oh, he got knocked down a little, but he's okay. Now, minefield. Take your time on this now. The jumps are much closer together. The mines are just there for the taking, but he is nailing this so far. 42 seconds left, but he is just executing under this immense pressure. And he's through it. He's got so much time to get through the supermarket. That's what it's called. Yes, definitely. He's got 28 seconds, and he is moving at a rapid pace through this obstacle. Obviously, I added 15 seconds because of the 2 harder obstacles. 3, but who cares? He's got so much time remaining. This is such an impressive run for Weapon Matt. He comes around the last turn and clears with 11.49 seconds left. What an incredible story, Weapon Matt. After being the only person to fail the ball glider so far, he has become the only person to clear it to this point. I mean, that was just impressive. I mean, you have to wonder what was going through his head. And it was just, he just blocked it out. He's able to execute on this difficult obstacle. He keeps the ball under control and gets that super late jump to then go for the 2nd ball. He lands on it in just a perfect spot where he can then get the ball to just keep on rolling, keep it under control, and just nailed that obstacle. Revenge was exacted. He was not done there. The obstacle, he was definitely worried about the pole jump too, and he was able to execute that. Minefield made much harder this tournament, but he was just able to stay calm, execute, and make it happen. From there, he was home free. Just a very solid run through the supermarket. Made it all through those aisles. Weapon Matt has become the first man to defeat the 2nd stage in this tournament. He's going to attempt stage 3 in just a little bit. Well, only one man can join him, and it is Hunter Unit 75-1 who defeated the stage. Only 1 second remaining in the last tournament. You see how it feels different this time with him now trying to defeat the stage again, and also the fact that if he clears, I mean, he's already had a clear before him, so the pressure maybe not be as high, but he's obviously wanting to get back to stage 3, attempt the Cliffhanger EX once again. A little slow through the Hell Bridge, but he was able to get through that, and now on to the wall climb. He's nailing these jumps so far. Okay, a little close there, but he's making it count. Yep, he nails that last jump, and he's up on top. Now onto the ball glider. 4 competitors before him have failed this obstacle today, and he figured it out. He's rolling nicely. He's going to Cavalry Wrangler like he did last time, but he doesn't get a jump like he wants, and Hunter is out on the ball glider. I can't believe it. Hunter is down on the ball glider. He's the 5th competitor to fail at this tournament. As you can see, just does his Cowboy Wrangler like he did last tournament, and I think he just hits it in a weird spot where he just can't get the big forward jump like he wanted. I think he landed almost a little too far forward and almost shot him downward. Unbelievably, Weapon Matt will be alone in stage 3. Let's hear from him right now.
I know I have the ability to put me this stage, it's just a matter of if I can put it all together on this attempt, and hoping to make a good impression, and hopefully get past the cliffhanger. I think that's always a goal when you make a stage 3.
Perfect.
Irish recording.
Oh no. Well, an interesting interview as we just saw Atlantic RKO Weapon Matt, as Atlantic called it. It is what it is. But either way, hopefully that will hype Weapon Matt up to a great run here. He is all alone, just like Hunter in the last tournament. He's the only competitor to take on stage 3. All the pressure is on his shoulders, as Atlantic is here again to pump him up, give him the back slap and all that. Come on, Weapon Matt. Is he going to be able to figure out this 3rd stage? We're about to find out. He did beat this stage multiple times in practice. So can he execute on this one run? He's underway. First obstacle is the stalactites. Make your way around these balls, with the poles in the middle. But you can just tell he's got this obstacle nailed. And he gets through that easily. Second obstacle, octopus tentacles. First 4 are at a 30-degree angle. You can either jump across the tops or jump down and try and stick them. He's going to jump for the top, and he's not going to crouch or anything. That's a lot of confidence in him, I must say. But he's able to get through the 30-degree ones, make the big jump, and now these last 4 at a 45-degree angle. Jumps. Oh, that's more of the strategy. Jumping right for the corner, and goes for an interesting dismount, but he nails it perfectly. And Weapon Matt is on to the precision pyramid. Similar to Hunter Unit's pillar path. Just gotta jump across these antennas. Just keep your composure and make it through. Come on, Weapon Matt. He's done so well in this tournament. He's set such high expectations of himself now that he's gotten to this point. I just hope he can deliver. He's on the 6th one. Going for the 7th, and well, 270? I'll give him 270. I won't give him the 360, but I'll give him 270 on the dismount. So, still impressive, as Weapon Matt is now on the Cliffhanger EX. I say no competitor, but no competitor has defeated this obstacle. And, of course, of all, one competitor who's tried it. Gets the 2nd ledge nicely. Now, big jump up to the 3rd. As he was up looking at, I believe, Cheese, Petrillo, and Atlantic were out here to watch this run. Gets the first crazy jump to the 4th. Now this vertical limit window, you cannot stick it. You must keep save jumping. And that is not a problem for Weapon Matt. He's on to the 6th ledge. 2nd crazy jump over to the 7th. Now, this jump, Hunter almost failed it last time. but he gets onto it. Now this is the jump Hunter failed. The jump to the downward ledge from the 8th to the 9th. Can he figure it out? He needs to hit it in the perfect spot. He goes for it. And he nails it! Perfect! He does not skid forward. He just gets the beautiful safe jump. He's going to run down, make this big jump to the 10th, and he gets that too. Now, this crazy jump is bigger than the other two. He safe jumps. But he wins it! Weapon Man is through the cliffhanger, yes! Weapon Man has done the unthinkable. He's defeated the cliffhanger. After a great save, it was looking very scary there on the cliffhanger on the 9th ledge. But he was able to just get that perfect save jump, execute what Hunter could not do in the last tournament. And in uncharted territory, he was able to nail these jumps. Keep going under the pressure and make this big final crazy jump. It's such a difficult jump when he gets the save jump he needs. Weapon Man is only 3 obstacles away from the final stage. The jumping rings, the wobble roll, and the title of the terror are all that remain. This Weapon Man is now shooting at the last few obstacles, and he's onto the jumping rings. He's got to make his way through these tubes. Come on, Weapon Man. He's moving very quickly through this. Come on, going for the tube, and he misses it! Oh no, the hardest jump on the obstacle for sure. He was nailing the jumping rings. A great run comes to an end, and the tournament is over here. As you can see, he was going for this speed technique, even on these smaller rings. But then this difficult last jump into the tube, he just barely comes up short. I don't know if he just missed out on his crouch or what the deal was. But either way, you have to think he was thinking final stage after the cliffhanger, but it's not to be. Well, Weapon Man definitely was disappointed after that run. He should be very proud of himself for saving this tournament. Defeating this obstacle, the ball glider, that 5 other competitors were not able to defeat. And while he was able to make his way, through that obstacle, he was able to handle the pressure. Little did he know he was going to be the only person to defeat the ball glider. The obstacle, I will again say this, he was the only competitor to fail that obstacle last time. He's the only competitor to defeat it this time. What an incredible turnaround and an incredible story for Weapon Man, as he was able to then make it through the minefield and make it onto the 3rd stage and have this history-making run on the Cliffhanger EX. But again, 20 competitors arrived today. 6 of them were able to make it through the modified 1st stage. But the biggest changes on the 2nd stage really stumped our competitors, as that ball glider really took over the tournament in stage 2. And it fooled all of our challengers. Several of the top jumpers on Halo were not able to figure it out. But Weapon Man proved it was possible and was able to then make it all the way onto the Cliffhanger, where he was able to one-up Hunter from the last tournament and make it through. And while unfortunately he's just gone out on the jumping rings at the very end of that obstacle, he had to think the clear was in his sights. It's still a great run, and one that he can hopefully build on in the next tournament. Hopefully Weapons Matt's run will not only inspire him, but inspire our challengers to keep training. The final stage looks so close to being reached, and our competitors, at this rate, will reach it very soon, as long as they keep up their training and keep working hard. It will be very exciting to see in this next era, or next little bit, I guess. It's not really an era, but the next few tournaments of Irish Warrior will be very exciting to see who's going to break out and who's going to be the guy to actually make the final stage. Those questions will be answered here in the near future as we come to the end of the 2nd tournament of Irish Warrior. Coming up on this next screen is the details for Tournament 3. Appreciate everyone watching. We'll see you very soon for the 3rd tournament of Irish Warrior.